Hello there, and thank you to everybody who is following me on Google+. My name is Matthew Carano, and I host the weekly Google+ Hangout show Cover of the Week. On this week's episode, we learned a song by Buckley called "Lover, You Should Have Come Over." So I'm going to take you through that now. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to assume that you know certain chords like just D major, E minor, B minor, things like that. If you have any difficulty with them, if you can't figure them out from just watching where my hand placement is, just Google them. I'll call out the chords, Google them online, and you'll be able to find them, no problem. But anyway, here's how it starts. Looking out the door, I see the rain fall upon the funeral mourners, paraded in a wake of sad relations as their shoes fill up with water. And maybe I'm too young to keep good love from going wrong, but tonight you're on my mind, so you'll never know. So the song starts on a D chord with an open E string ringing, and he hammers on middle finger onto the second fret of the E string, that F sharp, completing the chord. So, okay, to a C chord, which is just, it's not your standard C major chord, it's a little bit different, but middle finger's on the third fret of the A string, ring finger's on the third fret of the B string, and pinky is on the third fret of the E string. It's just this passing chord to an E minor, which he then places his pinky on the second fret of the E string, that F sharp again, then off, and then removes his ring finger. Okay? And the turnaround, the next section starts as a chromatic line from starting on the second fret of the A, depressed by the your pointer finger. So up to the fourth fret, depressed by your ring finger, and then picks out second fret of the D string, open G, open B, open G, second fret of the D string, which is second fret of the E string with your pointer finger, second fret of the D string with your middle finger, third fret of the G string with your ring finger, and third fret of the B string with your pinky finger. And actually, when I'm playing and singing it, it's easier for me to just play the chords, so I would do it like this. But you can pick it out. I think he does. Either way, it's fine. To pointer finger on the second fret of the A string. My middle finger is on the second fret of the high E string, but I'm not playing that note first. I'm actually playing pinky on the third fret, a G on the E string, ring finger on the third fret of the B string, and then I'm removing my pinky, okay, to this D chord, and same thing, third fret, second fret, to this G chord, okay? That's basically the first verse. Second verse happens the exact same way. The only difference is the end after. Goes to an F sharp dominant 7 chord as a turnaround, to a B minor. Sometimes a man gets carried away when it feels like he should be having his fun. Okay, and that's just B minor to E minor, and then I hammer on and off that F sharp, second fret of the high E string. I don't think he does this, but I do this. B minor, and then I remove my pointer finger and walk down by striking that A. And then the end of that is a C chord with pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, that D, back to the actual real C chord. So your pointer finger on the C, which is the 1st fret of the B string, and then move your pointer finger to E minor, and the turnaround sort of end chord is this great, awesome chord here, which is pointer finger on the 1st fret of the E string, middle finger on the 1st fret of the D string. So it's sometimes a man gets carried away when it feels like he should be having his fun. Much too blind to see the damage he's done. But sometimes a man must wait to find it really has no one. The next climb is happens a few times through the song. I really like it. It's I'll show you how it's done. First, it starts with a D chord, and he's hitting the F sharp on the bottom. Pretty sure with his thumb. It's the easiest way for me to do it, so that's the way I'm going to show you. And then it's this sort of mock G chord with middle finger on the G, so the 3rd fret of the low E string, and pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D to this chord, which is this A suspension that's beautiful. Middle finger on the 5th fret of the A string, pointer finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and pinky on the 6th fret of the G string. So you're just sliding this position with your pointer and your pinky. You're just sliding that up a fret and putting your ring finger on the 7th fret of the E string. Sliding the whole thing up 2 frets, and then sliding the whole thing up to the 12th fret, and then it's, which is just that A pattern that we did, the A sus pattern down there. So it's middle finger on the 10th fret of the E, pointer finger is on the 9th fret of the D, and pinky is on the 11th fret of the G. Back to this pattern again, so ring finger is on the 9th fret of the E string, pointer finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, pinky is on the 9th fret of the G string. Slide that whole thing down 2 frets, back to that A sus, and then, which is just, it's a D chord with not sounding the high string. So pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, and then same D shape up here. 'Cause it's not too late. Okay, so then it goes to the 3rd verse, which is exactly the same as the 1st and the 2nd. And of course, the end is a little bit different, so you do. Back to the chromatic thing. Where it changed. Another awesome turnaround chord, which is middle finger on the 4th fret of the E string, pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And this is my body turns and yearns that sort of chorus part. And that whole thing is just same as the verses, D to E minor, also using that passing C chord, okay? To the, oh, maybe I'm just too young to keep good luck from going wrong. Last awesome turnaround chord, which is pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, middle finger, sorry, doing nothing, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. So, back to the climb. Which he does 3 times before it's not too late. So I think we did it. There are a lot of parts of that song, a lot of different chords, but I think we got through every single one of our parts. Thanks for enjoying. I hope you join me next week on Cover of the Week. I pick the covers that are suggested to me sometime in the week prior to the show. So, see you next time. Take care.